Hello, this is Marilyn. I went on to some websites to kind of figure how to do something, and I couldn't find a video of it. So this is a fabric stretcher, and I was doing some cleaning, and I'm doing a footstool, which really is a seated stool. And while washing it, it started to shrink. So that's when my mother reminded me that there was a fabric stretcher. So I found it in the basement, up in with the rest of the pipes and stuff. And this is what it looks like. It's like a bunch of nails and stuff. And as you can see, my grandparents, it had belonged to them. And I'm pretty sure that my great aunt did too. As you can see how everything is just really, really old. And it has two sides to it. So you have a side here, which it has the hinges here, and then you have another side here in which they bolt across. I'm going to try to show it to you. I did not know how to put this together, but with some deductive reasoning and just some regular logic, I was able to figure it out. So, but I have a smaller piece of fabric, and this is meant for something that's pretty big, and the fabric that I have is this, which came off of the stool. So this is the fabric, and I had put it on the stretcher because when I was washing it, just slowly shrink. And it's embroidered, and it's old because I got it from an antique shop from the stool. So I just want to show you pretty much how it works. Now, if somebody knows an easier way to do it, please let me know. Other than that, this is how I figured it out. Okay? So I don't need these because these are the extensions. You can see it says it's from the what is that? The Chicago Curtain Stretcher and Company. And so it goes pretty far. And this thing is old, like I said before. People that use this was usually your grandparents. They're the ones that use these things. So let's figure it out. We ready, Socks? Talking to my cat because she likes to be involved with everything. So what I did was I put the sides up. And it looks like it's not going to stand because I have to put the other part in. And what you do is you take the fabric, you take the other side. You're going to put it in, there's a hole here. Some of them have holes. This one has a hole here, 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 because it's about the size of the fabric that you may have. And then what you do is there is some butterfly washer, old school style, and the bolt. And you see how it has like a slide. There's a groove in there. And what you do is, so for mine, because the fabric is small, I just need to put it on the first hole, and then my washer went somewhere. There it is. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to put it on, but you're not going to screw it tight. Just enough to get it on there for it to hold. Okay. So it looks like this. Looks kind of crazy, but that's what it looks like. And what I did is I slid this over all the way to the end as I possibly could, because that slide that's there to give it some opening. Now, take the other side. It seems I did that wrong, so let's go back again. This is what I ran into, but there wasn't anything on how to do it. This was she made. I have it wrong. Take this out again. This side has two bolts on there. I know I'm blocking it, but I'm trying not to. Put it in one hole for one side. And then you have the other side. So here's the bolt here. I know it's going to fall on purpose because I just want to show you. And then what you do is you put it in the other hole on the other part. And then what you do is you just kind of just want to have it to hold there. So then that way you can get the fabric on and you can be able to put it to where you need it to go. The other side. You have to be extra careful because there's so many nails. And you have to be really, really careful about it. Because this thing will stab the daylights out of it. Okay. So now it kind of holds on its own. And so what you do is you take the fabric, and on the fabric you're going to start it from the side corner. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it on the side first. That way it gives you the leverage. So you're going to put it in the corner. And you're going to run it down the side. One at the top corner, and one at the side corner. And you're just going to poke the fabric right through the nails. Excuse me. You're just going to run it all the way across. Of course, you have to be gentle, so you don't stab yourself after that. So it isn't. Okay. Now you see how I'm about to run out of room? That's okay. So that's where it comes in for the slide part. So then what I did is I put it on the side to keep the fabric in place. Now, mind you, most of the time the fabric is going to be wet, so you'll probably have, a little bit more pliability in it. But what this does is that while it's wet, it's going to have the fabric stretch out. So as it dries, it's going to dry stretched out, and it won't shrink. I'm going to get the whole fabric in the nails. And this is how they would clean. I'm assuming this is how they would clean the curtains and fabric too, because in that way it's stationary and it's in one place. Okay, now I need to extend this because the pipe doesn't fit, right? So then what you have to do is you just have to slide it over. So remember, I didn't have this. Have to shimmy it up and slide it out. And what I did is I just kind of put the fabric in the nails and sliding it out so that way I have the right lift that I need for the stretcher. You just keep stretching it until you get to the lift that you need. Now mind you, when I was doing this before, I had started on the left side because I'm used to going left to right, top to bottom. But in this case, you actually want to go from the right side, not the left side. All the way over, like that. Now, I got the right height. See how it's starting to stay up on its own? So then, what I would do is I would shimmy this over and hook it on to the right to make sure that I had the right outside of it. This is it. sides. And then when I got it, then that's when I went and held it in place and then tightened the screw some. Just a little hand tighten, doesn't need to be super tight or anything, just enough for it to hold up. And then just went and like I said, the fabric will be wet. In this case, the fabric is dry. It will be wet and it's easier to put on. And here goes from all the way down the sides of the bracket. Up in through the nails. All the way down like that. Okay? Then what you do is take the bottom one and then you do the same thing that you did on the top. You're going to do it at the bottom. So at the bottom you do the same thing, and the nails are here. So you want to make sure that you put the fabric in the nails. You get it in the right spot. Let's see how there's a big old slide down here. So it actually goes pretty far. So you can go all the way down to the really bottom. And then with the extenders, it can go all the way out to here. And then it can actually extend up to this tone. So it's not too, it tells you which is the left end bar and it tells you the right end bar on it. But I couldn't find any information on how to put it together. So this is how I was able to do it, and it seemed to have worked. So then I'm going to put the other end with the bolt inside the slide. And I'm just going to fasten the bolt on the back loosely. And then do the same thing on this side. Bolt over. So it goes right into the channel. And then the same with the butterfly nut back in the back. All right. Then I gave myself some room for this to slide, right? So then you just take the fabric, step a little bit, and then you're going to fasten it down. So once you get it in there, shimmy to the point that it's tight but not overly tight, okay? And then you just fasten in the back. Good. Then this side, like it was, this too. Slide it up, so you have to get it to the right place. I mean, it's not like it's an easy thing. There was stuff I had seen that was about canvas stretchers, stuff like that. But this isn't a canvas stretcher. You probably could use it for that, but I don't think that's what it's for though. It is for curtains or any other kind of fabric that you may have, especially if it's wool, because you know how wool can shrink. And we're fasten this side. And then we just go and just poke these through the nails. Okay. All the way across. Stand yourself. Okay. Now it's on, it's going to stay up, and then what happens is you can actually clean it. Like today, I'm going to clean it today. There was paint here and up here at the top, but I was able to get some of that off with just a little, pat, pat, pat in some water. But this is wool and it's embroidered, so it was starting to shrink on me. And so then that's when I remember my grandparents had one of these. So that's how I do it. That was probably the second time I've actually had to do it. And like I said, I hope that this helps somebody on how to put this together. This one is smaller compared to some that I've seen online, which are larger. You don't find these in stores anymore. What you find is canvas stretchers, but you don't see anything like this. And that they don't have the other extensions or anything like that anymore either. So I hope this helps someone. Thanks a lot. This is Marilyn Yvonne from out of Chicago. Thanks.